Good evening, welcome to Weather Sports TV. Dick Herman here, Paul Maloney, my favorite host, co-side, calling today's game. Gino Gang on camera. We get ready for a girls soccer game here against the CapeTech Crusaders. I'd like to mention all our fine sponsors who bring you the Wheeler fall season. Sun Island Fuel, Cognitive Home and Insurance, Don Allen Auto Center, Harbor Fuel, Island Lumber, Island Pharmacy, Kitty Murtaug's, the Downy Flake, Joe Rapaki, the Islander Package Store, the Sea Grill, Boys and Girls Club, Steamship Authority, the Beauty Bar, Rick's Paint and Maintenance, JB Drywall, Espresso to Go, Fast Forward, Ryder Electric, Outdoor Power, Billy Built Automotive, Cottage and Castle, Nantucket Electrical Contractors, Killen Real Estate, Martin Bork Painting, Santa's Rubbish Removal, Sushi by Yoshi, Randy Alfred Heating and Cooling, Island Fencing, Island Carpets, Valero and Sons, Faucet Man Plumbing and Heating, Nantucket Estate Jewelry and Fine Art, the NRTA, Ride the Wave, the Boathouse, Fairgrounds Restaurant, Something Natural, Highland Flooring, Champion Rentals, Island Variety, Sherbridge Management, the Homestead, Nantucket Health Club, UPS Store, Just Do It 2 Sport Fishing, Island Kitchen, Artistic Tile Install, Keeper's Restaurant, Glidden's Island Seafood, Nantucket Folk Art and Wood Carving, Nantucket Architect Group, Hatch's Package Store, Dan's Pharmacy, Murray's Toggery, Grey Lady Property Management, Geronimo's in Dirty Paw, Dog Wash, The Corner Table, and Holgate's Laundry. We thank all these fine sponsors for bringing you a portion of the fall season. In the fall season, Paula, hello, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing well, how are you?
Good, fall season's winding down. We're starting the talk tournament next week. 1 week from today, the season ends, no more games. They got to get all the games in. Well, actually, a week and a day by next Wednesday. And then the pairings will come out that Thursday or Friday. The Wheelers could be having a home game, girls, and maybe boys too, that first week in November.
I'm looking forward to it. You know, again, we have talked all season long from day one we covered the first game. Who would have thunk? This team has come so far this season with a relatively young team at hand of underclassmen. When you look at the roster, Dick, the only senior you're losing on this entire team is Paige Albertson, who's the goalkeeper, who's an instrumental part of the team. But this is an incredibly young team, predominantly sophomores and juniors. So you got to give credit where credit's due. Coach Phil Taylor and his assistants have done an outstanding job. And I never would have guessed 6 weeks ago this team would be looking to go to the playoffs.
No, on paper you're right. They come in as a real young team, and you know everybody doing some procrastinating was saying, oh, maybe they'll finish 500, blah 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 blah. But here they are. They got themselves into the playoffs. They got themselves looking for home game, and that's exciting.
Absolutely.
Did you notice that official on the far side of the field, the old first boys coach, Randy Hudson?
I thought that was Randy Hudson,
yeah.
And I'm noticing they're in shorts. Tell me something's wrong with me. I have a hat and I brought gloves today. I think it's cold. Is it cold? It's getting there.
Randy's tough. And Randy's also celebrating. His picture was in the paper last week.
Didn't he win the lottery?
He won the lottery, yeah. The Cisco Breweries is sold.
Never been there.
So Randy's donating his time here today. He doesn't need to get the paycheck.
He doesn't need a tax write-off, that's for sure. But, well, congratulations to them, although it's still going to stay Cisco Breweries. But, yeah, that's another whoever would have thunk when he started that. But right now, Nantucket, Waverly Brannigan trying to make something happen and tap it into the goal there.
The wave moved right in there, and she almost had the first goal of the game. Nantucket has too much firepower for this team.
So.
Yeah, look at Ruby Dupont. She's going to score right now. There you go. Thank you, Ruby.
And here's the first goal of the game by Ruby.
Just watching her footwork, the way she maneuvered herself in front of the goal. She's just got a great awareness about her, and Nolo Contenti, there was no way the goalie was going to stop that. Yeah. Nice job. And I guess the scoreboard has not been fixed, is that right?
We're in the third inning, it's 0-0.
We're in the third inning, it's 0-0. Pedro Martinez is coming up.
Fenway Park, Chris Sale is mowing them down.
Chris Sale. I watched every game, was texting with my brother Phil, my cousin. I couldn't get enough of it. I called my mom at midnight. I'm like, they did it. Of course, they're in their 80s and they were up watching the games. It was just, I didn't think they had a prayer against Houston when I saw that coming.
Well, when the matchup came up, as we beat the Yankees and we're saying we're going to get Houston and Milwaukee, careful who you wish for, but I think most people said, I wish we did get Milwaukee. But Houston came in, and Houston came in as a little bit of a banged up team,
Yeah.
Altuve had surgery the day
Knee
after
surgery.
the day after the playoffs, and you could tell that he wasn't himself.
Well, when he slid into second base in one of those games, I thought, I feel his pain. Nice catch by the Harwich Crusader goalie. Yeah, I can tell he was fighting, I think, that knee surgery for a good part of the season, correct?
Yeah, it was a situation where, if Houston was out of the playoffs in August, a 500 team, he probably would have had the surgery then. But when you're on a championship team, last year the World Series champs, you play through it, and he just wasn't himself.
Yeah, I could absolutely tell. Right now, Caitlin Belanger, nice cross. I'm trying to get it up to Ruby DuPont, number 7, who has already scored the first goal of the game for Nantucket. We have Waverly Brannigan out there, Anna Stedman, number 5, Shanika Weber, who I love. We got a great lineup out here. Philomena Topham in the back, in the flank position, number 1. Haley Johnson, I love the Johnsons, can you tell? I get all excited when I see those girls. Haley Johnson, number 10. And I'm trying to, we've got 4 dropping back here, Dick. Interesting in this back line. They've changed the numbering around for the 10 players. Does it? Rennie Waddle, number 43, and Bella Couton, number 49. So he's got 4 back deep. Notice that. Interesting. So 3, 3, and 4.
I think part of it's just to keep a straight line in, keep the ball in. I think they feel they have enough offense with the 6 up, so they don't have to keep 7 up in the offensive zone.
Interesting. Yeah, you're probably right about that. So Harwich Crusaders, I really don't know anything about this team. Do you?
CapeTech. It's the.
Is it the same school?
Yeah, it's Cape Cod Tech.
I didn't know that.
Not to get it mixed up with Cape Cod Academy. They compete against Nantucket in all different sports. Nantucket usually has an advantage point against them. It's the situation in a technical school. A lot of the kids go there to learn trades, and they work after school rather than
nice
play.
Nice cross by Brannigan, trying to get it in. Oh, just missed. Sorry, but Rosha Kelly.
Yeah, she had the positioning on that. She just couldn't get the ball on net.
Nice job. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But I mean, so the kids go to Cape Tech from all around the Cape.
Got it.
The school is in Harwich, but they probably feed from 10 or 12 towns, and it's the kids that are looking to learn a trade. So, not to take anything against them, but if they're learning a trade, they wind up working after school.
Waverly Brannigan is going to crush it. Yes. And you know what? That was a beautiful goal. But from what you said, going back from what you said on Inception, this is no contest.
No, it's no contest. You got to feel bad for these girls because their first love is not.
I'm seeing the slaughter rule coming into effect.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how I'm feeling right now.
Is there a slaughter rule in soccer?
Not that I'm aware.
Not that I'm aware of. No.
I mean, that was a beautiful goal, but however, maybe this is the time we go deep. We go to others on the bench that are
you
JV position.
You get a lot of younger kids in. Well, last week, what did we switch games last week from Tuesday to Thursday?
Yes.
And the Thursday game was what, 2-0?
Yes.
The one we did.
Oh,
if we did the Tuesday game last week, that game wound up 12-0.
Oh.
So we would have had the same effect. And that's what I anticipate today. As this game is getting started.
And was that with the secondary bench or the premier first stringers, so to speak? Do you know?
First stringers were in there, yeah.
See, I would think as a coach, that's when I would put those kids that don't get that moment in time to play.
Oh, yeah.
What's the point of racking up the score to 12 to
Oh,
nothing?
no. You don't want to rack up the score. No, you want to get everybody to play.
Right. And maybe even switch positions.
At what point? At what point do you do it?
Right.
You know, when do you feel comfortable that the game's over?
Right.
You know, 5 to nothing, 6 to nothing, for sure.
Yeah.
And then you get the younger kids in there. You get people that play different positions. You always have a kid. You always have a kid on your team that says, I want to play forward. I want to do this. I want to do that.
Goes Waverly Brandon. She's going to crush this. Oh, she missed it. I think Mr. Cozart is bonding with me. I had 2 fractures in my kneecap and surgery. What was yours?
Severed my Achilles.
I think you win. How did you do? No, this has been a long haul for me.
There were rumors it was leg breakers from the school committee did that.
Yeah, let's get a photo. I like this. How did you do that?
Philomena, there's nothing ahead of you. Just go. Okay?
Wow.
You were out on the ground.
Go, Haley. Now you can step in and pivot.
Surgery, no surgery?
Already had it. Haley?
When?
Haley? Haley? Step in. Philomena, beat up.
Right. Oh. Well, for those of you just listening, Mr. Cozart.
You got the medical report, the medical update. The superintendent is out of the game.
The superintendent of the schools is out of the game. And it's his right leg. At least for me, it's my left leg.
He wanted to play, relive his glory days on the soccer field with the 4th graders.
With the 4th graders.
In its costume.
The 4th grade was his demise, I take it. We must have quite the soccer players in that grade coming up. But that's unfortunate.
Well, if you think about it, the 4th grade is just about the level in your mind. You say, I could beat these little whippersnappers with my knowledge of the game, even though they're faster and
show
quicker.
them how I used to play.
So you get in there and you make a move, and he made one move too many.
You ever do that, Dick?
No.
I have not either, knock on wood, which is my head.
Knock on wood. The worst I ever did was sprained ankles.
Me too.
I've done a sprained ankle, but Achilles, Andy had surgery for it.
The worst sprained ankle I ever got, I was in college and I was working, I always work my way through college to pay, and I was working delivering liquor for a liquor store. And it was over the Christmas vacation, and I had these big boots on because it was icy weather and everything. And I was coming down these big steps, like an MIT fraternity house and I slipped on one of the steps, and I caught my ankle. Ooh. And I didn't think too much of it. I knew it was sore, but I had these big boots on, so it sort of held it in place.
Right.
And I worked for another 2 hours. Then I went home, and then I realized I was in serious trouble because I couldn't get the boot off my ankle. My ankle had swelled up so much inside the boot.
But you got your delivery done.
Got my delivery done.
That's all that counts.
Made a few bucks on tips, and was all set. But then I had to cut the boot off me. The boots could not be saved. There was
Unreal.
no way to get that boot off. So I cut the boot off, and man,
this is like very John Wayne-ish. I like this story where we're going. You cut the boot off.
They must have been fashion boots.
Fashion? No, I was not. I was not. And never have been a man of fashion. No.
So then you discarded the boot.
I discarded the boot. I bit the end of right nail.
Pull it.
I never eat bullets in the house. No. Toughest thing in the house was the nails. I had to bite the head of a nail.
He called Tonto
took a shot of that alcohol that I brought home. I didn't polish my glasses with them.
I need some, actually.
You need some to polish your glasses?
Yes.
I'll get you some, but I didn't use it to polish my glasses. I used it to relieve the pain.
Philomena Topham, nice save, nice trap.
Especially speaking of alcohol, what were those student bodies doing down at Clemson this weekend after the big game?
Woodland Apartments, they were jumping up and down, and there was about 30 of them. Of course, I called Biz, who had been watching the game in a bar.
Did they find that scarf that Biz lost, that she said she lost at one of those parties? Did they find it in the basement there?
When she was at Clemson, she had a little thing called Blackout Business. She was a DJ. This is before she went to law school. And Blackout Business was pretty popular down there. But at any rate, she knew immediately what the building I was talking about. It was 30 students.
She had covered them in a couple of lawsuits since, right?
Yeah. I wasn't surprised when I heard. Thankfully, everybody is
Yeah,
okay.
we can laugh about it because
Yeah.
nobody got hurt.
Right.
Yeah.
Speaking of her, number 11 just went down, Alyssa Jenkinson, pretty hard. I'm being so cognizant of knee injuries. I was talking to one of the players on the bench here who just had surgery on her knee 2 weeks ago.
Which player? Is it Sydney King or Lulu Day that got hurt?
Lily Day fractured her ankle.
Which one is? Which one
And
were
then
you
the
talking about?
Antonetti girl had fractures on her kneecap similar to mine. They didn't heal. She developed scar tissue. She's just had surgery. So she is sidelined for the season. Both soccer related. Oh, Lauren Dupree, beautiful.
Nice kick by Lauren.
Great deep kick.
I love this Cape-Tech goalie. Look at the smile on her
she's
face. She's smiling. She's laughing. She's making the save. She's telling her teammates where to go.
I think she watches Gino on TV every day. She's got a smile on her face. That's exactly what it is. She goes to sleep listening to us.
Did you hear what happened this weekend, Paula? The Patriots beat the Bears.
I know.
And
Don't rub it in now.
Dick and Dennis have a
won't get deserted.
have a little wager with Gino. Gino's going to take us out to lunch. I'll let you know when he's taking us out, Paula. You can just show up there by accident. Maybe he can join in with us.
It was I would love to. It was a close game and a controversial call there at the end, but yeah.
Well, the call wasn't controversial. What are you talking about? They just went for the Hail Mary and
that's what I meant.
Well,
yeah, they went for the Hail Mary and it was
caught and
white. Was it white?
It was stopped before we get into the end zone. Thank God. Unless it would have been a tie game.
He could have forced fumbled that, right, Dick? And somebody could have.
If he threw it forward, it would be illegal. If it gets
I'm not talking forward, backward.
Oh yeah, if he throws it backwards, that's a possibility.
That's what I would have done.
Unless he throws it right to a guy. If they think he's doing it on purpose, they can call the play
Seriously,
dead.
Really?
Yeah.
But you can lateral it though.
You can.
That's what I was just gonna say,
If you're
lateral
lateraling it to a guy in
When he
the
fumbles, and
that's the ball stays alive. Right. You're right there, Gino. Yeah.
Wow.
That could have been a possibility.
That's what they should have thought about.
Well, everything's happening so fast. He had a lot of people on him right away. He
didn't throw it into the end zone. He threw it in front of the end zone. It would have been a TD if he had.
Well, if you see the quarterback throwing, and he did have the arm to reach there, he was getting pressure. The Patriots only rushed 3 guys. And one of the 3 guys was just getting to him as he released it, so he had to release it a little bit quicker so he couldn't get his whole body into it. No, the guy had enough arm strength to reach the end zone, right?
While you two are talking pro football, I just want to point out Lauren Dupree had an amazing arc kick, if you will, that went so deep, and Haley Johnson tried following up with it for the goal, was denied, but we've got some great footwork going on here right now, and actually the Crusaders are seemingly maybe picking the pace up just a little bit, find a little bit of their comfort zone.
Well, you mentioned Lauren Dupree. She probably had the prettiest goal of the year in that 1-0 game that we did a couple of weeks ago.
Unbelievable.
Back post run!
Nice cross right in front. Weber, yeah. Oh, that should have been a goal. Caitlin Belanger set that up beautifully. Nice rush.
Yeah, Weber had a nice look at that and got her foot on it, but just went a little bit wide. Look at the goalie's face. I love it. I love it. Look at it.
Happy girl.
She's talking. She's smiling. She's laughing.
Sanika Weber scored a goal early in the season. Do we have a list, an updated list of who scored what?
I don't have
We'll get that for the playoffs for sure. Caitlin Belanger, there she goes with that cross, but nice block by number 11.
When Allison was the sports writer for the Allison Goldsmith, when she was the sports writer in Inquirer Mirror, she put all the stats in the paper.
Yeah, I remember
Who
that.
had the goals, who had the touchdowns,
that.
and that was great.
The kids
and,
like seeing that as
Quiet
well.
Mirror, get some stats in the paper. Right
Yep.
now, you get a little bit of a story. You get no stats.
Right.
No.
They should have that
I
all in
think
there.
they're spread thin, but perhaps get somebody in here to do that. I should talk with Phil Taylor about that. Actually, we should get that
But
in there.
each story has the who scored the goals in the game. Like if you
Right.
when you read about this
But the
story in
actual
this week's
columns.
paper, they're going to say, you know, Waverly got a goal, Ruby got a goal, and whoever else got a goal. So they have them all there. All you got to do is keep track of them.
Exactly.
Right.
You got a photographer here. You might
Right.
as well.
And Dean does a phenomenal job.
He does a great job, but he doesn't put the stats in. No.
Belanger trying to get a kick there again. Maybe the coaches need to be individually feeding that to the paper each week, so to speak, dropping an email in. And
if you feed it in as a separate thing, that could get printed. Sure.
Right. Another thing for the coaches to worry about, but I think, you know, the kids like the recognition, the parents.
We're full of ideas. aren't
Ideas,
we?
yeah. We're full of ourselves. Lauren
If you
Dupree.
can't be full of yourself,
What can you be full
oh,
of?
it hit the post and he called it
Oh.
offside.
Sugar. I thought that was going to be Alyssa Jenkinson with Caitlin Belanger. Nice job. Just not enough, you know. Hopefully those aren't going to, these near goals or near misses are not going to come back to haunt them, so to speak, Dick, if the Crusaders end up turning this around somehow.
No, they're not going to. They're not going to turn it around, Paul.
They're probably not going to turn it around. But
The only way they turn it around is if me, you, and Kozak went into the game and played defense.
two out of the three are on
Put us all in
crutches.
goalie.
But here's the thing. If you
Paula can probably run faster than me with the crutch.
Hopping.
Hopping. She can out-hop me
But
on the field.
I guess the point I'm making is if you want to work on finesse and being crisp and precise with your shots, and you have these moments in time, tone it down. They're missing goals that they should be getting. How's that?
Yeah, I realize that, and you know, here comes some subs in. You get the bench in,
Right.
but also you practice, and maybe they're doing that with the formations. Maybe you practice different formations that you haven't practiced this
It's a
year.
great thing.
And then you if you like this formation, then you can use it when you get to a playoff game.
Or work on their passing, or different lineups, different scenarios. Play around with it. I would think this would be a great opportunity. A game like today.
One of the lacrosse coaches, I think it was Rick, said to me one day, when Rick in his heyday had those championship Nantucket games, I said,
Yeah.
how do you go from, beating Vineyard 7-5 to, beating somebody 14-1, and he said to me, when you get into a game that you know you're going to win 14-1 or in that range, he says, I tell the kids 6 passes before you take the shot.
Say that again. The last.
6 passes
Yep.
before you make the shot. So that means that one guy can't pick up the ball and run down the field and shoot. He's got to go down, he's got to pass it to you, got to pass it to him,
I like that.
got to pass it to him,
I like
got to
that.
pass it to him. And that means they're focusing on counting the passes, for one thing. They got to count.
Teamwork.
So you get teamwork. So that means that 6 different people touch the ball
I like that.
before that you take the shot. So you maybe, can you do that in soccer? Well, not so easily, but you can say, yeah, let's make 3 or 4 passes before we take the shot.
I think you can. I like that. I really like that. I want to acknowledge Emerson Mill, number 37, is in the game, as is Katie Gentner. She had a nice deep kick. Looked as though maybe it was going to go somewhere, but not quite there. But fresh legs in the game. I'm going to say we're probably halfway through the first half, Dick.
Let's see, I marked down 4:35 with the 4:20. Yeah, we're about the 21-22 minute. So more than halfway through the first period. Next time a friendly official gets close enough to us, we'll double check it with him. But
So fill myself and everybody else in on the schedule. What's going to happen after today? Is today the final league game? Do they have one more game?
no, they have a few more games. They got to go away and play this team away next week. They got another away game with Sturgis East
Okay.
next week, Monday and Tuesday. the 29th and the 30th. They also got another game with Falmouth Academy, home game the 24th, so that'll be this Thursday or Friday. Yeah.
Okay, so they have 3 more games.
They have at least 3 more games, and then the pairings, as I say, will come out, I think, on November 1st. So if there's another rain out, you could probably play on the 31st. But 31st is Halloween. It's always a difficult time to schedule a game because, you know, you don't mind if it's a home game for you, but if you're playing home, that means someone's got to travel over here from off island, vice versa. And Halloween is sort of a big holiday for kids, you know, even at the high school level.
Oh, absolutely.
How much time in the first half, sir? Time left in the half? Thank you.
Wow, so it has gone quicker than we thought. Nice job, Evelyn Fye,
so they
coming
have played
in.
23. So
Evelyn Fye has been playing so well. I'm so thrilled to see her on the soccer field, Dick.
yes.
And then
Okay there?
I'm trying to get it back on my coat. Here we go. I think I got it.
Portion of this game brought to us by Don Allen Auto Center. New and used vehicles on sale at Don Allen. Stop by and check them out.
I think I'm ready for a new vehicle. Mine's 4 years old. What is your
My truck is 6 and going on 7, and I usually would get a new one every 5 years. But they don't make this Ford Ranger anymore, so I'm debating
Holding on to
keeping
it.
this. There's rumors that they are making the Rangers, and they're going to start making them back in the US of A.
2-door, correct? that you
And
have?
well, actually it's 4-door. You get that little door that opens in the back, so you can get 4. You can get 4 people in. It's a little crowded. You got to be small people in the back. It's great for the grandkids. You know,
Right.
they can sit back there.
Oh, Philomena Topham, great dribble, great ground ball. Looked like she was going to be able to have something happen there and be setting that up for a goal. This goalie's playing quite well. She is saving this team.
I love her demeanor, the way she's moving around, the way she's talking. It's a constant smile. You know, someone can be coming right in on her. Like when Waverly walked right in on that shot to score, she was, you know, looking at Waverly with a smile on her face, daring her to get it by. You know.
Anna Stedman in the game, number 12. Nice footwork by Topham, little feint, little give and go.
What are you doing, Larissa? What's your job,
What was the time left, Dick? 17, is that what you said, the first half? Katie Gantner working the side, getting up to the corner, nice hustle. Nice kick. Oh, Alyssa Jenkinson trying to work it in. She wants to stuff that in the goal. Nantucket throw in. Even Nantucket's communicating on the field, Dick. Do you notice that?
Yeah.
You know, we're saying, oh, this is a walk in the park, this is a walk-away game, but I think we're seeing a little bit more gamemanship on both sides here right now. We're getting a little bit more soccer going.
Cape Tech is, as you say, stepped it up a notch here, but there's just too many. Oh, what a save! What a save!
Emerson
Look at him!
The happy goalie. That was a beautiful dribble.
Save. Then she crawled about 3 or 4 feet on the knees.
Can we give her a Tommy point even though she's on the other team? I think she's getting one. I'm pretty impressed with her.
We can, but you open yourself up to the wrath of parents.
That's true.
I missed the one football game.
Oh,
Gino, remember
she got it.
Missed that one.
This is what we were talking about, Dick, when they're right there. She could have stopped her momentum for a nanosecond. She would have had that goal.
Yeah. yeah, you stop and you got the goalie going to her right.
Right.
So you stop and you punch the ball back to the left because there's no way that she can stop and
But
go back.
they're rushing. Their bodies are in momentum. But I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead. What you were saying.
Well,
You're getting yelled at.
sometimes you get excited when in this situation. Well,
Yeah.
I didn't do a game, and Dennis did it with Jason, the Cohasset game. Gino, do you remember this, Gino? And so it came time for the 3 stars, and Cohasset had a kid who got 3 touchdowns. So Jason gave a star to one of the Cohasset players. And I was at Boost Club, and one of the parents came up to me and said, "How come you gave a star to a Cohasset player?" I said, "I wasn't there. I wasn't there.
Really?
I didn't give it. I didn't give it."
Interesting. Interesting. Well, maybe we'll
So
have to come up with a
if you
new-
want to
yeah.
give one, if you want to give to one of the Cape Tech, you just remember they're
Yeah.
listening, and they may.
I get
they may
enough
get you.
injuries. I don't need to be tossed around anymore by anyone. But I'm just impressed with this goalie. There she goes again. Wow.
We can give her a Tommy point. That's different than one of the 3
I have a
stars.
Reese's peanut butter cup with me. Maybe I'll give her that.
You'll give her the Reese's peanut butter cup. Oh, if you have more than one, I'm gonna start trick or treating at Paula's house early.
Oh, come by my office. We've got this monster thing of candy. There's going to be none left for the kids.
I
Mark
know.
my words.
That's the problem with
Oh,
buying
Laura
it early.
Dupree. Oh, and what? Holy cow.
Whoa.
What is she doing over there?
3 or 4 saves, couple of knockouts by the defense, and no shot on net there. The final shot went wide.
Even the referee's kind of giving us a little look out of his side of his eyeglasses. Number 4 on the Crusaders played beautifully defensively there. It popped in not once but twice, but they brought it back out. That's what I'm talking about. They're right in front of the goal.
She ought to can't she just, if she has to keep it on the ground then.
No, she doesn't have to keep it on the ground.
Some
She could go to
some
the
kick it, some kick it out freestyle, some kick it out off the ground, some throw it out. It's all.
Length out of it.
She's not getting a lot of length.
A
No.
little chip and get under that ball, get it to the air.
Whoa!
Sorry.
That's okay.
Paula's crutch get knocked over by that shot. We can't get the other leg broken, Paula.
Now, where's Mr.
Stay back,
Kozar?
stay back.
How come Mr. Kozar's getting driven around in the,
I know.
in the
What's
golf cart?
that?
It's a walk to my car.
Can we?
I need one of those. Oh, watch this.
Well,
Wow.
Gino,
Another
can you
picture.
Uber Chris Murray here at the end of the game to take Paula to her car?
Yeah, please.
He's moving the superintendent's
What is he
food
doing,
around
food
from
shopping for
place to
Mr.
place. He
Kozar?
certainly
No?
can move Paula back to her
He
car.
just took him to get his mail down the street in the golf cart. Right now the score's 2-0. Opening goal by Waverly Brannigan, second goal. And they were, second goal by Ruby DuPont. And wow, this defense is coming to play, Dick. They are saving this Crusaders team.
They're keeping this game at 2-0. It could be a lot more than that right now.
Look
that's
at
for
her,
sure.
kick, it's
Oh.
in. Oh, sugar.
And we thought that was in.
I thought that was in. Ruby DuPont. What a deep kick that was. I thought it was going to hit the corner, but I guess from this angle it just looked as though it was going to go high and drop in, but it did not.
The poor coach is trying to get some subs in. He's all his players over there are nursing injuries or opting not to go back in the game, one or the other.
Beautiful kick, Kelly up to Gentner. Nice movement. Now see how she's aware of where that ball is. She's stopping herself. She's putting herself in place. She's letting that ball stay with her foot. You have to have that ball attached.
That was a great move there. All right. Portion of today's game brought to us by Fairgrounds, where friends meet. Publix Pub, Sports Bar. Check out the Fairgrounds. Next Monday night, the Patriots, Monday Night Football. It could be one of the worst Monday Night Football games of the century as the Patriots head up to Buffalo.
Oh, it'll be
They're
snowing.
so bad, you mean?
Buffalo's not having a good year now.
And I think Buffalo,
And
I think
I say
Jim
it's a
Kelly.
bad Monday night game. It only because they like to get the Thursday, well now we used to only have one night game, the Thursday, the Sunday night, and the Monday night games as being a big matchup. And on paper, you know, back in August, July, when they put the schedule together, it seemed like the Buffalo would be a contending team, but they aren't right now, no.
I'm going home this weekend for my nephew's 8th birthday party. Happy birthday, Dominic. And I said to my brother, listen, do not hand out anything sugar.
Dominic is 8 years old?
Yes, on Saturday, because the kids will be flying around all night to watch the baseball
Look
game.
at that save!
That
Look
was
at that save!
They need to be in bed by 7:30. Lights out. Yeah, Dominic's
Yeah, the Saturday
doing-
night game will be the first game from the LA coast.
Right, and I want to enjoy
Now watch when they put the camera on the fans out in LA. There'll be all these phony baloney sitting in the stands with their jewels on and watching the
Oh,
games.
come on now.
Some of them will be their first game of the year, Gino.
It's called-
Hollywood Elite.
The Hollywood Elites,
It's
yeah.
called bling.
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 I don't have any bling. The only thing I wear is a watch.
That's bling.
That's my only bling.
Right now, Nantucket 2-0 lead, but we're getting a little discombobulated out here. I think I want to see Nantucket playing a little bit cleaner. Lily Bartlett, nice job. Nice job, Lily.
There's about 8 minutes left in the first half, and Nantucket's ahead 2-0. Portion of the first half brought to us by Harborfield Oil Corporations. We install, service, and maintain all brands of burners, Harbor Fuel.
Evelyn Fye with that beautiful kick up to Waverly Brannigan. And was she offsides?
Yeah, offsides called.
Emerson Milne, offsides. Evelyn Fye is such a welcome addition to this team. She's just got great athletic skills on the field, Dick. Not because I love her mom, Jackie, but she's just a good athlete. And her sister's playing at BC hockey. She's an Eagle.
A dreaded eagle. I'm a terrier.
I'm a terrier
You're
all the
a terrier
way.
too,
Rough,
right?
rough. You got it.
Make a run through the middle.
Between the legs. Nice
Emerson Mill gets it up to Waverly. This is a
shot.
goal.
There it is.
Yeah, that was a given. She
Yeah.
was so deep within that radius of the goal.
Waverly just moved right in.
27.
So 6 minutes left, 34-27. Emerson Mill, great assist on that. She slowed herself down just a notch. Waverly Brannigan knocked it in. Here's the deal, 3-0. Now I'd love to see maybe a change of the guards in the second half, maybe switch some of the second stringers, if you will, maybe get them in that forward position.
Well, there's 6 minutes left in this one. Coach probably figures why call a timeout and go into all that, keep this going, get a few more in, but then at halftime, you set up. When I was coaching and you were coaching in a football game of a blowout type situation, at halftime we'd go over and we'd get a whole new unit together. And when we call for, you know, just make up a name, we call for the blue unit, you guys are going to come in, and you get on offense and on defense and so forth. And you'd have that all set up at halftime so that the kids would know what positions they were going to be playing, and if you change a kid and get them into a different position, you'd have that all figured out. Oh, nice little flick shot. Waverly looking for the hat trick. Goalie says no, makes a save. She's probably got about a dozen saves. There's a nice strong kick ball there.
Right down to that halfway line. I love it. And the wind is starting to pick up.
A little bit of wind. And they're talking about a possible nor'easter coming up here this weekend, so.
That's why I went and got hats and gloves today. I don't know, it feels raw to me.
It is, well, I got another coat.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put my second coat on for the
There you go, Caitlin.
second half.
Well, that Hurricane Michael, I mean, decimated Florida, Mexico Beach, I believe.
Yeah, that
I
was-
didn't really see that one coming.
A bad
And now it's Hurricane Willa,
thing, yes.
which is Caitlin Ellis Erisman's daughter's name, Willa.
Willa?
Hurricane Willa. Nice job by Lauren Dupree. Nice job, Lauren. Yep, there's Chris Morey. Can we get him on the TV? Look at
Is
this.
he bringing the superintendent back, or is
I
it
don't
just
know.
somebody else? No, it looks like somebody else is moving around.
Is he charging for rides around the field?
You gotta Uber him, Paula, when the game's over.
Is he charging for rides around the field?
Rides around the
That's
field.
what I'm thinking. These people from Harwich
Yeah.
are getting a tour for
They're
like
getting a
$10.
$10 tour.
What a great racket that would be.
That would
ACK Golf Carts Inc.
put it into the athletic fund budget, right?
Look at this.
They're going to be high and wide.
We need one.
But when we do get forward, we need that extra number. See how Anna steps up?
They must have just brought Mr. Cozart home. Right now the score is 3-0. Waverly Brannigan opening up with a goal within the first 2 minutes, followed by Ruby DuPont. No surprise to scoring for Nantucket, followed by Waverly Brannigan again, to bring us to 3-0. Paige Albertson in the goal, our girl, number 30, power and protection.
She gets her first save there unofficially. Well, that's not a save because the ball was shot in by her own play. So you can't call that a save.
I saw her family, friend of the family's afterwards at Nantucket Meat Market, and I still had it on the back of my dress. Forgot all about it. And then I said, oh, by the way, Paige is on my back. He said, I can see that. Mr. Herman put it there.
It fit right in nicely.
I fit right
with the
in,
color scheme and everything.
Few odd looks in the store, but nothing major. Nothing that I'm not used to.
Nothing that you're not used to,
exactly.
Right?
Nice drop to Philomena Topham. Love how she's playing. Nice give and go. Up to Haley Johnson. Ooh. Haley Johnson. Where do you start with Haley Johnson? She's just an athlete. She just ripped right through those two players.
It was like bowling pins.
One went down in her wake.
What's it? The 1-3 split or the 7-9? So I forget the numbers of them. I could never make them.
I love all the Johnsons, but Lydia Johnson, do you know her little sister Lydia? I can't wait till we cover her. Oh, she's to die for. So cute. Nice kick up by Lily Bartlett. Over to Topham, heading for that corner. Nice footwork. I like that. Little backtracking. And did you see where she dropped it? To the goalie. Well done.
Here we go. 1-2. 1-2. All right, guys.
Nice job by Lily Bartlett up the side. Now football, are they home this weekend? I still haven't been to a game.
They're away. This is the first game of the tournament. They're playing Case High School in Swansea, Massachusetts. Yeah. And the game was scheduled to be played Saturday afternoon, but it's in the process of being moved because of the nor'easter coming.
Oh, right.
And Case wants to play Friday night, but Nantucket naturally doesn't want to play Friday night because they won't make the last boat. They'd have to stay over in a hotel. So there's a lot of discussion going on, and stay tuned.
Nice job.
Could you play a different day during the week?
Well, they could play Thursday, but again,
I am loving this law firm of Topham, Phi, Johnson, Bartlett on the field. Well done, ladies.
That's it.
Oh, that's the first half. So we've played one half here. It's your Nantucket Whalers 3 and the Crusaders of Harwich nothing. We'll take a short break and be back with second half action.